Hey guys, what's going on? ZeroArmada here. Road to God Mode episode 6. It's been a really long time since I did a Road to God Mode episode series or update, so finally decided to go ahead and make another episode. Funny thing was, last week I originally planned to do an episode for it, and I forgot my account information for 4th Dawn, and essentially, if you don't know what Road to God Mode is, it's basically a series where I started off at level 1, and I'm just kind of going through and trying to max out my account to level 35, which is what it was at the time, now 40, and just kind of go through the mindset through each episode of, like, you know, as a new player, what would I do, what kind of items I would buy, what kind of gear I would buy, how I would approach the game, you know, starting from scratch or starting from, you know, just starting fresh off. So, it's been a long time since episode 5, a lot has changed, and level 16 right now in 4th Dawn, have about 11k GP, and originally, if you watch my previous episodes, I've been kind of vying to get the, either the medic kit or the HE grenade, and I always preach, you know, don't really spend your money unless you're buying something you feel is really useful. I don't really buy stuff for 1-day durations or 3-day durations or temporary durations. If I'm gonna buy something, I'm gonna permanently buy it if I can. So kind of the mindset for me starting off with the new account was just save my GP, get to level 25 or 30 when all the good endgame weapon parts and equipment comes out and available for you without buying any Zen, and permanently buy those instead of, you know, wasting your money on parts that you may not be using once you're level 35 or 40, or parts that aren't really as viable as the endgame parts. The medikit basically got nerfed in one of the updates between episode 5 and now, so I really wouldn't recommend you buy that. I think that the breach kit's the new tactical gear choice that's kind of the most prevalent and the most useful. It reduces hacking nodes to about 2, so it usually takes you about 4 nodes to hack a domination point, you know, where you have to match the numbers 4 times to, you know, secure the point or whatever. It takes you 2 times to do it with the tactical breach kit, so that's really effective. It's also kind of gets you out of HRV faster, in and out of HRV a lot faster, so that's kind of really the selling point for the breach kit. So that's kind of the tactical gear choice I would recommend. The problem is it's level 38, so if you have about 12k 13k GP around level 15 14 give or take, I have 11k right now, so I'm kind of a little bit behind, so I would definitely go ahead and buy an HE grenade would probably be the first thing I would buy. Your default AR is really viable up to around level 20. If you stick in the Proving Grounds to level 10, you can easily use the default assault rifle through at level 10 and breeze through that. It's just as powerful as any other weapon, because for the most part you're using the default assault rifle with a couple added mods, or most people are doing that from level 1 to level 10 at the very least. So default AR is kind of viable up to level 15 to level 20-ish, give or take. But like I said, I would really conserve my GP and only buy stuff permanently. So HE grenade, if you're like a muzzle, I think the Briar Excess Suppressor is available at a really low level. I'd probably go for that as a muzzle. That's a really useful muzzle, the silencer that a lot of people really use in all of their builds. So that's a level 8 unlock. I'd probably go for that permanently if I wanted to. Also, the Armcom NT4 is available at level 21. That would be another good muzzle to unlock permanently. But for the barrels, you can get the Armcom NT4 at level 21, so that's probably something you want to save up for and unlock permanently. The GX3 Heavy is another really useful damage-based barrel that other people go for. I would really stick to stuff that's kind of transparent or kind of available to a variety of items. Like, I wouldn't go for specific magazines off the bat. I would go for barrels or stocks that you can use for multiple receivers. So that's just something to keep in mind. It's not really quality, it's more quantity in terms of how much you can use that item. I mean, if it's a useful item, sure, get it, but if it's an item you can use in a variety of ways, that's even a better way to stretch out your GP, because your GP is kind of stretched to the limit in terms of, you know, just going based off of GP with a new character. I mean, if you don't get Zen, you really do have to kind of spend your money wisely, because it's kind of hard to get. And luckily now they also added the new mission system, so if you just log in every day and play a match and you win, you get 100 GP off the bat. So that's another good way to get GP and farm that up. But for the most part, that's just the general review of all the stuff we kind of talked about for, up till episode 5, and just kind of all the differences that's been happening between episode 5 and when I'm currently recording this video. But to kind of recap on some other changes that happened between episode 5 and now, machine pistol got nerfed. 10 points of base damage has been taken off the machine pistol, so it's not really as viable and as good as it used to be. It once was like kind of the predominant secondary of choice. I'd definitely look into either a shotgun, a revolver, or the new stub nose pistol. Those are all great choices. I prefer the shotgun, especially once they had like a little hit reg fix to the shotgun. They added like a couple patches back, and that's really made it a lot more consistent, a lot more accurate, and it's really great short range. So if you're using something like a bolt action or maybe like a assault rifle, perfect complement. So that's something I'd probably look into. SMG would probably be paired really good with a revolver or something long range if you're having, you know, just something to balance out with that. Also, HRV got nerfed. The infamous HRV glitch has been disappeared, has been reduced to nothing, taken out of the game completely. So actually a lot has changed just because of that one small bug fix. People are a lot more vulnerable. You can't really spam HRV, so you're not really prepared. I mean, because back when the HRV glitch was still in existence, people were never really taken off guard. You can always spam HRV, so you're really prepared for every situation, or you can really see where people are at all times. But now, not that much, but speed builds are a little bit more viable because of the fact that you have a lot of speed. You can get the targets a lot quicker. So that gray area between your charging and HRV, because you have to manually turn it on and turn it off, you can't cancel the animation anymore. So it takes a lot more time, maintenance time, to get in and out of HRV, and that means that there's a lot of great time for people who have, you know, a bolt action rifle or something to get in a position quickly and take you out, or take you out a lot faster than before. But ultimately, due to the HRV bug fix, it's more kind of prevalent to catch people off guard. Elements of surprise is a lot more readily available to you to kind of take advantage of. And kind of the last thing I want to talk about really quickly is the new map Decay. Decay is kind of similar to Holodeck. Holodeck you can kind of get away with camping the upper area, but Decay not so much. Decay is really kind of chock full of alleyways, hallways, tight-knit corners, different levels of elevation in terms of stairways, rampways, platforms, stuff like that. So I think probably the best tip I can kind of offer for Decay is don't stop running. Keep moving, pretend you have like a hot pocket in your pants or something like that. Just keep moving, because if you stop, you're going to get pretty much jumped on, you're going to get ambushed. People are going to throw AoEs at you like a swarm or a stinger or, you know, like a tomahawk, a landmine, an HE grenade. There's just a lot that can go wrong with Decay, considering it's a lot of closed kind of closed areas in terms of, you know, how wide a lot of the different openings are and different alleyways are. So there's a lot that can go wrong. So if you keep running, ultimately you're going to be in the best position to catch people off guard. And to kind of complement that, probably the best weapons to choose for Decay would be an SMG or a TSMG. Something mobile, something that won't really slow you down. You can get an extended magazine for both of those. Have a little bit more ammunition to go about, you know, kind of causing some chaos. But for the most part, if you keep running, you'll catch people off guard. You'll kind of put yourself in the best position to not only survive, but to get a lot of kills. So that's just kind of my general, really quick rundown on Decay. Wish it was a little bit longer, but that's going to be pretty much it for this commentary. If you have any questions, or if you have like anything you want me to kind of go over for future episodes, really do appreciate any suggestions or anything like that. Definitely hit me up in the comments down below, and I'll try to address it in a future episode. Thanks for watching as always, guys. Appreciate it.